Hello everyone. Today I am going to show you the top best Citizen watches based on specifications. All the watches product buying links are given in the video description. Number 10. Citizen Corso. The traditional three-hand dress casual watch, and it proves that EcoDrive doesn't have to mean sporty. Available in a 40mm stainless steel case, the Corso pairs a clean, uncluttered dial with either a matching steel bracelet or a leather strap, depending on the reference. A day-date function sits neatly within the dial layout, and the case is water-resistant to 100 meters, more than enough for daily wear and the occasional splash. Some Corso models run on caliber H729 with analog day-date and 12 to 24-hour display, while others use the simpler E101 or J830 movements. Every version is powered by Citizen's EcoDrive technology, meaning it charges from any light source and never needs a battery change. Depending on the case finish chosen between polished steel two-tone or leather strap variants, the Corso typically lists between $350 and $425 with steel bracelet models often seen discounted toward the mid-100s. It's a watch built for anyone who wants a classic silhouette without ever thinking about battery life again. Number 9. Citizen Chandler. Is Citizen's military-inspired everyday watch built for a rugged look with a genuinely comfortable fit. Most Chandler references use a 37 to 43mm screwback stainless steel case, a day-date indicator, luminous hands, and 100 meters of water resistance. The dial typically carries bold Arabic numerals over a black-blue or khaki-green backdrop, often finished with a woven Cordura strap or a matching steel bracelet. Depending on the configuration, the Chandler runs on EcoDrive calibers E100, E101, J810, or J830 for the three-hand models, while the chronograph version, built around caliber B642, adds stopwatch functionality measured to the second. There's also a super titanium Chandler built with Citizen's proprietary Duratec surface hardening, giving it 40% less weight and 5 times the scratch resistance of standard stainless steel. Across the board, Chandler models sit in Citizen's accessible everyday watch tier, making them a popular first EcoDrive pickup for new collectors. Number 8. Citizen Promaster Diver. Is Citizen's ISO 6425 certified entry into serious dive watch territory, and it does not cut corners on the details that matter underwater. Built around a 40.6mm stainless steel case at roughly 11.7mm thick, it features a sapphire crystal, a unidirectional rotating dive, bezel, a screw-down crown, and a screw-down case back, all combining for a full 200 meters of water resistance. The dial and bezel carry generous luminous markers for underwater legibility, and a date window sits at the 3 o'clock position. At the heart of the watch is Citizen's EcoDrive caliber E168, rated for an accuracy of roughly plus or minus 15 seconds per month and an impressive 180-day power reserve when fully charged, meaning it can sit in a drawer for half a year and still be ready to go. A battery discharge indicator warns when it's time to give it some sunlight. Some references swap the steel case for super titanium with Duratec hardening shaving weight while keeping the same ISO-certified toughness. It's a genuine tool watch built for professionals, priced well below what most ISO-certified divers cost. Number 7. Citizen Nighthawk. The Citizen Nighthawk. Built in a 42mm stainless steel screwback case at 12mm thick, the Nighthawk pairs a bold black or navy dial with an internal rotating slide rule bezel, operated by a secondary crown at the 8 o'clock position, allowing wearers to run basic flight navigation calculations right on the wrist. A true dual-time GMT hand tracks a second time zone using 2 concentric semicircular 24-hour scales, complete with airplane-tipped hands, and a date window rounds out the dial. Powered by the EcoDrive caliber B87V7, the Nighthawk keeps time to within about 15 seconds a month, and once fully charged will run for roughly 6 months without seeing light again. Water resistance sits at 200 meters, held together by a knurled screw-down crown, and the whole package rides on a brushed stainless steel triple-link bracelet with a push-button folding clasp. It has been part of the Promaster Air lineup since the late 1980s, and newer chronograph variants have since joined the family, but the original slide rule Nighthawk remains the design most collectors point to first. Number 6. Citizen Tsuyosa returned to sport luxury integrated bracelet territory, and it quickly became one of the brand's best-received automatic releases in years. Housed in a 40mm stainless steel case at roughly 11.7 to 12mm thick, it wears an integrated steel bracelet that flows seamlessly from the case, finished off with a push-button fold-over clasp. An anti-reflective sapphire crystal covers a sunray, finished dial offered in black, green, blue, and yellow, with a 3 o'clock date window and contrasting silvertone hour markers. Powering the Tsuyosa is Citizen's automatic caliber 8210, a self-winding movement with roughly a 42-hour power reserve and an exhibition case back that lets owners watch the rotor spin. Water resistance is rated to 50 meters, enough for daily wear and light splashes, though it's not intended for swimming. With its JDM-inspired proportions and integrated design language, the Tsuyosa has often been compared to the Seiko Presage Sarb and Sarx lines, and it typically retails in the low 400s, making high-finish automatic watchmaking genuinely accessible. Number 5. Citizen Grand Touring Signature. The boldest design in Citizen's higher-end signature collection, drawing clear inspiration from big crown guard dive watches like the Omega Pro Prof. The case measures a substantial 44mm across and around 15mm thick, built from brushed and polished stainless steel, with a distinctive 4-prong crown guard protecting the crown from knocks. A thick, double, anti-reflective coated sapphire crystal sits up front, with a second sapphire crystal on the exhibition case, back revealing the movement beneath. Depending on the reference, the Grand Touring runs on the Miyata Bast caliber 9010 or 9012, a self-winding automatic movement with 20 joules, a beat rate of 800 vibrations per hour, and a 42-hour power reserve. Diver versions add a unidirectional rotating elapsed time bezel and push water resistance up to 300 meters, while dressier variants sit closer to 200 meters. The dial typically uses a mix of Arabic numerals and baton indices, with orange accent hands all set against a brushed and polished bracelet with a fold-over deployment clasp. Grand Touring models generally land in the $500 to $1,000 range, putting genuinely high-finish automatic watchmaking within reach. Number 4. Citizen Promaster Tough is one of the most durable watches Citizen makes, built around a monocoque two-piece case construction that eliminates the case back entirely for extreme rigidity, shock resistance, and anti-magnetism. Depending on the generation, the case is finished in super titanium, Citizen's proprietary blend of titanium and Duratec surface hardening, giving it roughly 5 times the scratch resistance of standard stainless steel, while staying noticeably lighter on the wrist. An anti-reflective sapphire crystal protects the dial, and Super Luminova coats the hands and markers for visibility in low light. Some references add a fully functional chronograph with 24-hour time display, all powered by Citizen's EcoDrive caliber B6112, so there's never a battery to swap even under heavy use. The tapered super titanium bracelet runs from 20mm at the case down to 20mm at a signed folding clasp, and the watch is engineered to keep working reliably in extreme temperatures. It's built less for polish and more for punishment, which is exactly the point. Number 3. Citizen EcoDrive Super Titanium. Citizen's Super Titanium sport luxury chronographs combine bold complications with genuinely wearable comfort. A representative model runs a 43mm silver-tone super titanium case under a sapphire crystal with luminous hands and markers set against a dial that carries 3 sub-registers, tracking the day, AM, PM, and even moon phase alongside a date display. What sets the case material apart is the numbers. Super titanium is roughly 40% lighter and 5 times harder than standard stainless steel, which means large watches like this one wear far lighter than their dimensions suggest. The movement is a radio-controlled EcoDrive quartz chronograph that automatically syncs to the correct time via radio signal, while EcoDrive technology keeps it charged from any light source, removing batteries from the equation entirely. The matching super titanium link bracelet closes with a fold-over clasp, and water resistance is rated to 100 meters. Some references in this family swap the moon phase chronograph for a simpler 3-hand armor case design, but the super titanium material and EcoDrive charging remain the constant across the line. Number 2. Citizen Series 8, Model 831, wrapped in a 40mm facetted octagonal stainless steel case, measuring roughly 11.6mm thicket pairs, brushed and polished surfaces, with an integrated link bracelet that flows directly from the case. A sapphire crystal front and back covers a textured dial inspired by geometric motifs from Tokyo's skyline, finished in colors like green ice blue and champagne, with applied indices and a 3 o'clock date window. Inside sits Citizen's in-house caliber 9051, an automatic movement with 24 joules, a 20R 800 vibrations per hour beat rate, and a 42-hour power reserve, regulated to an accuracy of about 10 to 120 seconds a day. Just as notably, the movement resists magnetic fields up to 16,000 AM, well beyond what most automatic watches can handle. Water resistance sits at 100 meters, and the whole movement is visible through a sapphire exhibition case back. Limited editions of the 831 have sold out quickly at prices around $1,095 to $1,300, putting Series 8 in direct conversation with entry-level Swiss mechanical watches. Number 1. Citizen Promaster Sky Eco Drive. Flagship instrument for pilots and frequent travelers, and one of the most featured ENTS watches the brand makes. Built in a 44.3mm super titanium case with Duratect MRK and DLC coating, finished at roughly 12mm thick, it carries a striking black finish alongside a genuinely rare hardness rating for a wristwatch. Under an anti-reflective sapphire crystal, the midnight blue instrument-style dial houses a chronograph capable of measuring down to 1/20 of a second, a world time function, spanning 26 major cities, and a perpetual calendar that tracks the correct date all the way out to the year 2100. At the core is the Eco Drive Caliber H804, a radio-controlled movement that syncs automatically to atomic clock time signals from multiple global regions, delivering precision most mechanical watches can't approach, backed by an exceptional 6-month power reserve once fully charged. It's the watch that sums up everything Citizen's Eco Drive philosophy is built for: precision, durability, and genuinely never needing a battery, no matter how far from home it travels. That wraps up our countdown of the top 10 best Citizen watches based on specifications. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, and don't forget to check the links in the description for current pricing and availability. See you in the next video.